Peace. What's the word, everybody? Give everybody a chance to tap in with the kid before we start building on the subject matter for the day. Hopefully, y'all having a powerful Sunday thus far. Staying safe, staying dangerous, staying healthy, staying positive, all of that good stuff, man. So, what's the word? Give everybody a chance to tap in with me before we start building. Y'all see the title of this particular stream. We're talking about why the law of attraction may not be working for you. Just give y'all some things to look out for and to implement when it comes to the law of attraction. Just manifesting things, bringing things into existence. It's a lot of things that people do when implementing the law of attraction that they are not mindful of in regards to it not working. So I'm gonna break down some things to you all that you may not be familiar with in regards to that particular law. Craig, peace, what's happening? Magic, peace, what's the word? And the law of attraction, this is not something that's spooky. This is not something that's, mystical. Like it's life. You know what I'm saying? The law of attraction is a universal law. So it's not something that you got to necessarily believe in and subscribe to. It's just a reality. You attract things to your life on a day-to-day basis. Sometimes we do it unconsciously. Sometimes we do it consciously. I'm focusing on the conscious law of attraction. When you consciously are striving to attract things to you. But we are constantly always attracting things in our lives, whether it's unconsciously, whether it's consciously. So the law of attraction is a universal law. It's something that we all do. And it's something that we all adhere to. So it's not something that you got to believe in. You can't say, I don't believe in the law of attraction. Like, nah, we always attracting things. So that's a universal law that everybody adheres to. But like I said, when you striving to do things consciously bringing things into existence or consciously manifesting things, that's what I'm focusing on. That's the aspect of the law that I'm focusing on. Airview, peace, what's happening? Captain Defender, brother, peace, what's happening? Yeah, Andrew, always working. Shantae, peace, queen, what's happening? Tierra, peace, queen, what's the word? Jasmine, peace, queen, what's happening? Airview, what's happening? Captain Defender, brother, appreciate that super sticker for sure. Appreciate you. But yeah, it's some rules about the law of attraction that people don't know about. A lot of times when we start talking about these laws and we start talking about things like manifesting, even simple things like eating healthy, a lot of times people try to go too hard, too fast, and we in a microwave society, so we want to see the results quick, fast. A lot of these laws don't work like that. And it's almost like getting healthy. You're not about to, if you've been eating trash for 30 plus years, you're not about to just change that overnight. It's a gradual process in order to reverse the damage that you caused on yourself. When it comes to things like the law of attraction and manifesting and bringing things into existence, as we like to call it, it's a process. When you start, let's say you have never tried to consciously attract things to your life and you started implementing certain things right now today. This law may not actually start working in your favor consciously until about 3 to 4 months. So you may be going 3 to 4 months and it may seem like your life has actually gotten worse. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's not working. You know what I'm saying? So you got to stay persistent. You got to stay committed and consistent with these laws, especially if you're in the beginning stages of implementing a law. And a lot of times people don't understand that because people don't have what? Patience. You got to have patience, man, when you start implementing these laws. When you start practicing these things, you got to have patience. It's not going to happen for you overnight. If you try to implement all the rules in regards to the law of attraction tonight or today, trust me, tomorrow won't be much different. Tomorrow will not be much different. It takes time. It takes time. Let's just say you want to attract more wealth into your life. You think you're just going to randomly wake up tomorrow and have an abundance of wealth? Like, it don't work like that. It doesn't work like that. If anything, what's going to happen is your mind is going to start giving you signs, symbols, however you want to refer to it. The mind is going to start giving you messages and signs, things that you need to do in order to reach that goal. It's going to help you that way. And you just got to make sure you pick up on the signs. So the signs is going to tell, the mind is going to give you the signs or the message in regards to the things you need to do in regards to the process. And the process is the most important part. That's why I tell you to focus on the process. The mind is going to give you the tools. It's going to equip you with the tools to make this process easier for you. Walker, peace, what's happening? Magic, patience and discipline is really necessary when it comes to attracting for sure. Because like I said, it's not going to happen overnight. You know, if you striving to attract abundance in your life, like starting today, you're not gonna wake up tomorrow that much wealthier than you were today. It's just not gonna happen like that. Like I said, if anything, you may have a dream, you may have a vision, and that vision, that dream is going to be giving you clues, things that you need to be implementing on a day-to-day basis to push you toward that goal. If anything happens, that is what would happen. So we got to understand that, man. We got to practice patience, and we got to embrace patience when it comes to striving to attract things in our lives, man. And stuff is not going to happen to you overnight. It's not going to happen to you overnight. It may not happen until a few months. It may take a year for you to actually manifest it or attract what it is that you strive to attract, depending on the magnitude of what it is that you striving to attract. If it's something serious, it may take a long time. Again, like when it comes to fitness, if you got a weight loss goal, like, man, I need to lose 50 pounds, and you start planting that seed in your mind, you're not going to wake up in 5 days 50 pounds lighter. Doesn't work like that, man. It's a whole process. Again, like I said, the mind is going to give you the tools to help you get closer to that goal of losing that 50 pounds. That's how it works. Magic, what you say? Some people I can't come across are so impatient that they want their manifestations to happen instantly. It's a process. Oh, yeah. And that's most people. That's why a lot of people do not embrace these laws and these practices. Because, again, it's not going to happen overnight. We want the quick, fast. We want the get rich quick scheme. We want the scams. That's why people get scammed out here, because we don't have patience. When you have patience, like, you're not going to get scammed. You're going to decrease the likelihood of you being scammed when you have patience. But a lot of people are very impatient. That's why scamming is real profitable in this day and age. That is why it's real profitable. Don't take much to scam somebody. All you got to do is promise them a little bit of money, and they all ears at that particular point. They all ears at that particular point. But, man, I want to throw a few books out here, man. Y'all know I like to recommend the books. Here go a book right here that I read that I want to throw back out there. Introduction to African Civilizations by John G. Jackson. Shout out to John G. Jackson, man. A great ancestors, man. Great ancestor, put out fabulous work. This is a very great book. This is one of the first books that I read when I was coming into this consciousness, coming into this knowledge of self. So I definitely recommend this book right here, Introduction to African Civilizations. John G. Jackson. It's a classic joint right here. Everybody that's black, everybody that's original should have this particular book. Read this book and dissect it, break it down, read it again. You know, Ricky, peace, what's happening? And the book that I'm breaking down right now, Secret Relationship Between Blacks and Jews, Volume 1, The Jewish Role in the Enslavement of the African. Shout out to the Nation of Islam, man. But this is a powerful book. This book right here done got people silenced. This book right here done got people banned. This book right here done got people's platforms deleted. This book right here done caused some damage. You know what I'm saying? It's some people that have quoted from this book. It's some people that have referenced this book that, yeah, they got silenced. Them people came after them for quoting right out of this book. It's 2 volumes. I got volume 1 that I'm breaking down right now. And I'm telling you, this book right and exact, man. Some very critical information in this particular book, man. It's hard to find this book now because they even took it off of like Amazon. You can't find it on Amazon, so it's hard to come across this particular book now. But this is definitely a powerful joint. Definitely a powerful joint, man. But them the 2 books. Clocks in what you say. I've been trying to attract financial abundance for a while now. I guess I got to step my game up to really manifest it. Clocks in. I got some jewels for you, man. Stay tuned. I'm finna dive into it right now. It's enough people in here, man. But let me talk about the first thing when it comes to why the law of attraction may not be working for you. One of the first things when it comes to the law of attraction that a lot of people come across, affirmations. I know you all know about affirmations. When you studying attraction and you trying to manifest certain things in your life, you will come across affirmations. And we think affirmations are simple. As long as we saying something that's positive, we think that we should receive that in which we are talking about, that in which we are asking for, that in which we are affirming. But it's a certain way that we have to go about it when it comes to the affirmations and manifestation. So one thing that you may be doing when you are practicing the law of attraction, you may, let's say we're going to use clocks in for example. Say I've been trying to attract financial abundance. Well, one of your affirmations or your affirmations may go along the lines of, I am wealthy, I am rich. That is incorrect. If you are in the beginning stages of manifesting or practicing the law of attraction, those affirmations are not the best affirmations to utilize. And you may actually attract the exact opposite. And I'm going to tell you why. If you have a goal of financial abundance and you are in the beginning stages of practicing the law of attraction, do not use the affirmation, I am wealthy, I am rich, as Akuma say, I am abundant, things like that. Here's why. Because the mind is programmed to go with the most dominant feeling. So if you start saying, I am wealthy, I am rich, deep down somewhere inside of you, reality is going to kick in. You're going to look at your current circumstances. And deep down, you're going to tell yourself, no, I am not. I am not wealthy. I am not rich. And that dominant feeling is going to reign supreme. So that creates a conflict in your mind. So when the mind has this conflict, it always goes with the most dominant feeling. And the most dominant feeling is going to be the feeling that's rooted in reality. So when you tell yourself, I am wealthy, then deep down, it's like, boom, no, I'm actually not. That's the most dominant feeling. The most dominant feeling is I'm actually not wealthy because that's your reality right now. I'm broke. So then that's why you may start attracting things that reflect the mentality of poverty. Because you're telling yourself, I am wealthy, but deep down, you know you're not. That's the most dominant feeling. That's the most dominant feeling. And then that dominant feeling is going to reign supreme and you're going to attract that energy of poverty. So instead, you have to plant seeds that create little conflict or no conflict at all. So instead of telling yourself, I am wealthy, how about saying something along the line of, my income is increasing on a daily basis. I'm progressing toward my goal of whatever the amount of wealth that you're striving to accomplish or achieve. That's the better way to do it. That's not creating a conflict because we progressing on a day-to-day basis. So when you tell yourself you are progressing toward a goal on a day-to-day basis, that's not creating a conflict. It's creating no conflict at all. Matter of fact, in this book, I'm gonna give you the affirmations that they talk about using in this book that don't create the conflict. I am prospering every day. That's not creating a conflict because you prospering every day. You're not about to be deep down saying, no, I'm not. I am growing in wealth and in wisdom every day. That's not going to create the conflict. Every day my wealth is multiplying. That's not creating a conflict. Just think about it. If you're an entrepreneur, right, and you have products to sell, let's just say today I sold 10 products and I say every day my wealth is multiplying. Man, if I sold 10 products today, then, man, if I sell 11 tomorrow, that's my wealth multiplying. That's my wealth increasing on a day-to-day basis. And that's not complicated. That's not hard. That's not creating a conflict. It's rooted in that reality. I am advancing, growing, and moving forward financially. That's not creating conflict. So instead of telling yourself, I am wealthy, I am prosperous, don't do that. That's creating a conflict because, again, reality is going to kick in for you. And deep down, you're going to tell yourself, I'm not. Instead, I'm prospering every day. I'm growing in wealth and in wisdom every day. Every day, my wealth is multiplying. I'm advancing, growing, and moving forward financially. Use those affirmations instead and see how that works out for you. I guarantee you that's going to work out. Guarantee you, because a lot of times we be trying to trick the mind, but that doesn't necessarily work. Doesn't necessarily work at all, trying to trick that mind, man. Instead, you got to deal with something that's not creating that internal conflict. Telling yourself you are progressing every day, that's not going to create a conflict because that's what life is about, evolving and progressing. But instead, you want to tell yourself, I am wealthy, when again, reality is going to kick in. So stop trying to trick yourself, man. Instead, deal with reality. Deal with the fact that you are progressing on a day-to-day basis. That is going to make it more feasible for you to actually manifest and attract that wealth. Ricky, exactly. Yeah, you don't have to even have a lot of money to create wealth. Do it through assets. Exactly. And like I said, man, just even when you focus on like your income increasing, like again, like I said, if you're an entrepreneur, whatever the case may be, man, even if you're not an entrepreneur, everybody can acquire the assets. But when you tell yourself something like my income is increasing on a day-to-day basis, or my income is increasing daily, it's real simple, man. Again, like I said, we can always, if you're an entrepreneur, man, you can sell more products than you did the day before. That is how your income is increasing on a daily basis. That's not really unrealistic. That's something that's simple to do. Wayne, what you say? So would you say that you don't need to say anything as long as you believe it in your heart and mind? I would say you got plenty of people that don't necessarily do affirmations that achieve what it is that they striving to achieve. But the spoken word is powerful, so why not use it? You know what I'm saying? That's the way I look at it. The spoken word is a tool, so why not use it to your advantage? So you don't necessarily have to do it. If you believe it in your heart and mind, definitely you can still manifest it. You know what I'm saying? When the belief and the emotion is there, you don't have to utter a word. And you can still manifest what it is that you're striving to manifest, or attract what it is that you're striving to attract. But the spoken word is so powerful. Why not use that also? Why not use all the tools at your disposal? That'll make it that much easier for you to acquire or achieve the life that you're striving to achieve. So I would say you don't necessarily have to say anything, but why not? I mean, we talk on a day-to-day basis, so why not speak that life and speak that positivity? You know, if we have the ability to talk, we talk on a day-to-day basis. So that's important. So you can definitely use that at your disposal, man. It's a tool. It's a tool. So you don't need to use it, but you can. And it's a very powerful tool. The wife is in the building, y'all. Say peace to the wife. But yeah, man, a lot of times, man, people don't understand that. It's almost like if you, again, me being in the personal training space, man, I'm not about to I'm not going to tell you to tell yourself I am 100 pounds lighter, because you know what I'm saying? You're not. So if you tell yourself something like I'm losing weight on a day-to-day basis, that's more rational. That's not creating conflict in your mind. That's not making you depressed. You telling yourself that you're 100 pounds lighter, but you're really not. You're going to deal with that reality sooner than later. So that's very unrealistic to tell people to start to utilize those type of affirmations. We got to understand, when you're dealing with somebody that's a beginner, they not advanced. So you can't give them those type of affirmations. They're not ready for that. So if you're dealing with somebody that has a goal and they've never done anything like affirmations, they've never embraced the law of attraction, you can't just automatically start telling them live as if you already accomplished the goal. They don't understand that. That's for the advanced people. We talking about people that are in the beginning stages of the law of attraction. We got to understand that. So you got to give them more realistic affirmations to utter, to speak. It's not realistic for me to tell somebody that's 300 pounds that ain't never dealt with the law of attraction to say, well, tell yourself that you 100 pounds lighter on a day-to-day basis. It's not going to work, because all they're going to do is look in the mirror and see that they not 100 pounds lighter. You got to give them something that's way more realistic, something they will stick with. They're not going to stick with telling themselves they're 100 pounds lighter, because then if they get on the scale and that scale only went down a pound, they like, dude, I can't do this. You got to tell them something like, man, I'm losing weight on a weekly basis. So then when they get on that scale a week from now and they see they went down a pound, boom, that's strengthening that. You know, that's strengthening that. It's making it more realistic for them. So again, when you're in the beginning stages, when you're talking to somebody that's in the beginning stages of practicing these laws, you got to make it make sense. You got to speak in layman terms for them, man. You got to meet them where they at. So a lot of times we be giving people these advanced techniques because we may be in that stage. Like, no, it doesn't work like that for everybody. It doesn't work like that for everybody, especially the beginners. Like in the fitness space, I can't give people the same workouts that I do. They not as advanced as me. So we got to understand that applies to some of these laws too. You got to have a certain mentality. You got to have a certain mindset. You got to have a certain mindset for the advanced techniques when it comes to the laws of attraction and things like that, man. So when you're dealing with somebody that's a rookie, you got to treat them as such. And that's why a lot of people, Captain Defender, brother, peace, appreciate that donation. That's why a lot of people do not succeed, because they go right for the advanced techniques. Again, going back to fitness, I study a lot of people that's in the fitness industry. I study a lot of bodybuilders and things like that. One of the first things they tell you to do or tell you not to do is read the routines of these bodybuilders and try to do them if you are a beginner. Dude, don't try to like Ronnie Coleman. Don't try to follow something that Ronnie Coleman did if you new to the game. Like, you gonna burn yourself out. You got to go to the beginners workouts. You know what I'm saying? That's how you got to start. You progress up to Ronnie Coleman's level. You haven't been working out at all, and then you read what Ronnie Coleman did. You say, all right, I'm finna do what Ronnie Coleman did. I'm finna work out 6 days a week, and I might do 2 a days. I'm gonna work out twice in one day for those 6 days. Like, you're not gonna be able to keep that up at all. It's not realistic. Instead, say, all right, I'm gonna work out 3 days a week, full body routines. That's how you do. You work your way up to it. So when it comes to these practices, when it comes to these laws, man, work your way up to the advanced techniques. Don't just go right for the advanced technique and then be like, it doesn't work. Right, because you're not at that stage. You're not at that stage at all. It's a lot of people that, man, this affirmation ain't working, this, that, and the third, because that affirmation is for people that's advanced. The I am wealthy, the I am rich, that works for people that are advanced, for people that understand how this thing goes. That's who that affirmation. Those are the people that affirmation or those affirmations are for, not for the beginner. Oh, Wayne, for sure. I do that all the time. I do that. I record myself because I feel like a lot of times it's better to listen to the affirmations in your own voice. Although I hate hearing myself talk, but hey, I'd rather hear those affirmations with my own voice. I've done that. I've done that a few times, man. I record myself saying something and then boom, I'll play it back. I'll play it back to myself. Who better to hear the affirmations from than yourself? You know, so if you don't feel like speaking it on a consistent basis, record that joint on that phone, get some headphones in, boom, play it back, put it on repeat. I've definitely done that. Magic for sure. Ricky, definitely. And Shante be burnt out terribly. And like I said, that's one of the reasons why a lot of these things don't work. It's with everything in life. It's always that way. When people attempt to go vegan and they be like, oh, it didn't work out for me. And once they break it down to me how they attempted to transition, I say, well, that's why it didn't work. It's not that the vegan lifestyle isn't for you. It's just you were impatient, and the way you transition was like, it was wrong. And not only that, it was like some of the negative things that you went through during the transition was to be expected and is actually normal, but you interpreted them wrong. You know, so a lot of times, man, when people say something, I tried something and it didn't work for me or it wasn't for me, then when they break down the process in regards to how they transition or implemented it, I'm like, dude, this is why it didn't work. Don't mean that it's not for you, just did it wrong. So a lot of times people don't understand that, man. It's the way you go about it. It's the way you go about the transition. So stop implementing things, and because you lack patience, you want to say it's not for you. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Stop doing that, man. That's the result of being impatient. A lot of people implement things, swear they do not work, but they only gave it 2 weeks. They only gave it a month. They only gave it 6 months. Listen, like I said, if you've been eating a certain type of way for 30 years, you go vegan for 6 months, you gonna feel worse before you feel better. It's gonna take time. It may take it may take your body, if you do everything properly, it may take your body about 2 to 3 years or maybe 3 to 5 years for it to actually detox, cleanse itself, for you to actually start feeling great. It takes time. It takes time. So when you start fasting, when you start transitioning to the vegan lifestyle, on plant-based, raw, whatever it is that you striving to do, man, you're gonna have a lot more down days. You're gonna have a lot more days where you feeling gross, opposed to feeling great and fantastic. I'm telling you, that's normal. Doesn't mean that lifestyle is not for you. It just is telling you how toxic and how bad off you were and are. Give it time, though. Give it time. Captain Defender, brother. Yes, sir. Yeah. Fasting for sure. And again, fasting don't necessarily mean just refraining from foods. Fasting, like I said, can be from social media, from certain people, from certain environments. All of that. All of that is a form of fasting. You could do the social media fast. You could do a people fast. You know what I'm saying? Kuma for sure. Wayne actually say people don't want to hear the vegan detox truth. Oh yeah, for sure. I'll break that down to people all the time, man, because people swear up and down, man. I tried to go vegan, I tried to go plant-based, and it ain't work. And then I just start asking them simple questions. For one, I already, sometimes I ask questions, sometimes I already tell like you was getting headaches and all this type of stuff, man. You got sick. Oh, I guarantee you that probably happened to you. And they'd be like, yep. I was like, that's normal. Like I said, when I initially transitioned, man, I was down bad, man. Stomach having all type of problems. But that was normal. And a lot of this is just lack of information. And again, what happens? Again, we go right for the advanced techniques. So people will start following somebody. They'll follow somebody like me. They're like, hey, this dude been vegan for, for vegan vegetarian for how long? And they start trying to live how I'm living. No. Like, you can't do that. You can't just out the gate say, I'm about to fast for 10 days. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what people be on. They'll watch something on YouTube, they'll read something real quick and be like, man, I gotta do this tomorrow. And you're like, I'm finna go on a 10-day juice fast. Slow your roll. You ain't never fasted a day in your life. Don't start off with 10 days. Slow your roll. Slow down. Do a day. Do a day first. Trust me. If you've never fasted a day in your life, one day will do you just fine. Don't just out the gate say I'm finna do 10. Like, you know what I'm saying? No. C squared peace. Peace. Appreciate that super sticker for sure. But let me get back to this law of attraction thing, man, before I don't get everything off my chest that I'm striving to get off my chest. First thing, like I said, man, I told y'all the affirmations to not use if you are in the beginning stages of this process. And we told you the affirmations to use. Another reason why the law of attraction may not be working for you. It may have everything to do with the energy that you are displaying or giving to other people in regards to their endeavors, in regards to their lifestyle, in regards to choices that they are making. What do I mean by that? We got to understand that the energy that we give to others, we giving it to ourselves as well. So when you have a person that comes to you with their goals and you shoot them down, guess what? You shooting yourself down as well. You shooting yourself down as well. You got to understand that, man. When you express that fear, when you express that doubt, first of all, to somebody else's goal, first of all, that's deeply rooted. That's you projecting your insecurities on that person. So you have fears and doubts. You are afraid to step out and do your own thing. You are afraid to change your diet. And guess what? You projecting that fear onto them. So when they come to you with their goal, man, I want to go vegan. Since you have a fear of making a transition like that, you project it on them. But when you project it on them, you projecting it back on yourself. So you got to be mindful of this energy that you dishing out to other people. Because again, if you dishing out bad energy to other people, and this is another thing too, just because you don't verbally spit it out to that person, just the fact that you may be thinking something negatively about a person can be enough to harm you. So just because a lot of people say, man, I didn't say it directly to them, but you thinking it though. Or you may have said it when they wasn't around. That's just as harmful. So we got to understand that. You don't need to entertain any of those negative thoughts towards other people at all. Whether you verbally spit it out or whether you thinking it. Either way, that comes back on you. So that's you dishing that energy out on yourself. So you got to be mindful of that, man. You got people that they practice all of these affirmations, but the energy that they give out to other people is just negative and it's destructive. So that's what you're going to receive. That's what you're going to receive. So you got to be mindful of the energy that you are giving out to other people. When somebody comes to you expressing their goals, their objectives in life, I don't care how far-fetched you think it may seem. Bless that individual. You know what I'm saying? Congratulate, applaud them, encourage them, inspire them, motivate them. That's what you want to do. That's how you go about it. Whatever it is, whatever the goal is, man, you inspire, you encourage them. You applaud them. You like, man, whatever works for you, whatever floats your boat. You could do whatever you put your mind towards. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do. Don't hit them with that doubt. Don't hit them with that fear. Don't hit them with none of that. Because again, that is energy that you are dishing out to yourself. That's how you got to start looking at life. When you dishing that stuff out, when you dishing that negative energy out to other people, you actually dishing it out on yourself. So just think about that. And again, this ain't necessarily you just having a verbal dialogue with somebody. This could be an inner dialogue. You thinking something negatively about a person. Don't entertain it. Don't entertain it. And like I said on Facebook, if you are friends with me on Facebook or if you follow me on Facebook, the moment you have a negative thought, immediately counter it with a positive thought. Immediately. Soon as that, like, you really not even supposed to let that negative thought finish. You're not even supposed to finish that negative thought. You're supposed to stop it and then counter it with a positive thought. But if you allow that negative thought to be complete or completed, boom, instantly counter it with a positive one. That's what we got to start doing. That's what we got to start doing. I was trying to tell you, say when I was transitioning, it was the mucus for me. That mucus is crazy. But yeah, that may be another reason why you are not achieving something in life. Analyze the energy that you put out towards other people. Analyze it. If you putting out some energy that's tearing another person down, again, whether you thinking it or whether you verbally letting them know that's destructive energy. That's destructive energy that can impede anything positive coming your way. So just be mindful of that, man. Be mindful of that. That's why people that make a living out of talking bad about other people. Listen, it's a lot of bad stuff gonna come your way. Seriously. It's a lot of bad stuff gonna come your way because you putting out energy that's tearing people down. That's not positive, man. That's not good. So you're gonna get a lot of negativity that come your way. So you got to be willing to deal with the consequences when you make that your life, when you make that your purpose, to talk bad about other people, to gossip about other people. When you make that your purpose in life, man, you got to deal with the consequences. And the consequences gonna be a lot of negativity is coming your way. A lot of negativity, a lot of bad. You know what I'm saying? Your health may decline. Things like that, man. You gotta pay attention. People that's in your inner circle may be negatively impacted by you talking about other people. Some way, shape, or form, that's gonna come back to harm you. Because again, you dishing out this energy to them, but you really dishing it out to yourself. So that's gonna always harm you. So again, man, when you make that your purpose, you gotta be willing to deal with the consequences. Now, if you accept the consequences, then hey, I'm cool with it. As long as you accept the consequences, because that's you being accountable. Hey, I know that it's not positive to be gossiping about other people, talking bad about them. And if I do this, if I make this my purpose, then I got to reap what I sow. You do that, I'm cool with it. But if you don't do that, don't be crying about your life once it starts getting chaotic. Because you caused that yourself. You caused it on yourself. All magic for sure. And that's why I said you got to instantly do it. You got to program yourself. Soon as that negative thought completes itself, instantly hit it, instantly neutralize it. Instantly. If you don't do it instantly, then you're going to take an L. And it's not a lesson that you're going to take when I say an L. You know what I'm saying? So you got to instantly do it. That's the only way to really change it. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way to really shift. You got to instantly counter that thought. Instantly. You have got to do it instantly. The moment you tell yourself I'm broke, nope, you got to instantly catch that. Like, nope, my income is increasing on a day-to-day basis. Instantly. Like, the moment you tell yourself I'm broke, nope. Or if you look at something and you shopping, you looking online, looking at stuff to purchase, and you like, man, I can't afford that. The moment you complete that thought, you got to say, all right, nah, what is something I can do to be able to afford that, to enable myself to afford that? Boom. Shift the narrative instantly. Neutralize it instantly. You got to do it instantly, though. If you do not do it instantly, you're not going to do it at all. You got to instantly counter that thought. That's the only law to live by. As soon as you utter something that's negative, instantly counter it with a positive. It's the only way to do it. Ricky, and that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. You know, I'd rather have no inner circle at all. I'd rather have no inner circle at all than to have an inner circle filled with like frauds and negative people and toxic people. I'd rather just hang with no people at all, you know, than to hang with those people just to say I have friends and family, stuff like that. Nah, I'm cool on all of those labels, man. If you're not speaking that life, if you're not speaking that positivity, if you're not striving to be efficient in your life, like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. Like, I don't want to have a conversation with you. I don't want to have any form of a relationship with you. Like, you are not doing anything to help increase my bottom line or improve my bottom line. So at this stage in the game, man, once you reach a certain point in your life, you gotta ask yourself, man, is somebody adding on or are they subtracting? You know, I'm dealing with the people that's adding on. Adding on because at the same time they adding on in a positive manner, they subtracting some negative. You know, that's how I'm looking at it. The same with the people that subtracting. You know what I'm saying? They subtracting some positivity from me, but then they adding on in a negative sense. You know, it's almost like a person that's only hitting you up to vent with the bad news. That's a person that's subtracting and adding on. They subtracting, like they taking away your positive mood, but they adding on to your negative mood. They adding on. You know what I'm saying? They adding on to the negativity, the paradox of life. They destroying your positivity, but then adding on to the negativity. So I don't want to deal with an individual like that, you know. I'd rather deal with a person that they add on in regards to the positivity and they destroying something that's negative. You know, I might have been like on the flip side of the person that I just explained or described. On the flip side of that, you got the person you was feeling down. This person came in and was positive. So what did they do? They killed that ounce of negativity that was killing you. Then they added on on a positive manner. They added on a positive energy. I appreciate those type of individuals. Shantae, you say there's not one person that can say talking about people is their purpose, which is crazy because you got all of these gossip sites, you know, all of these gossip sites, and we talking about gossips that's not necessarily rooted in truth. So you got a lot of people that's out here, man, just dishing out non-factual information about individuals, man, and it gets them caught up. Like, why even do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even like, what's the point? Like, nothing is that serious to me because, again, all of that comes back on you every time. Antoinette, peace, queen, what's happening? Live like a sacred generator, peace, what's happening? Akuma, for sure. Hang out with the goal-oriented people, you know? Wayne X, what you say? You say how to attract a black woman that's conscious, not trying to be in a rich guy's face and leave broke. Hey, at the end of the day, again, you heard the affirmations that we mentioned. You know what I'm saying? You got to just speak the affirmations and just make it realistic. I'm gonna give you, matter of fact, we gonna drop a jewel. How about instead of hoping and wishing and praying for a black woman that's conscious, just strive to attract a black woman that's open-minded. You know, a lot of times we say things like conscious. Yeah, people got plenty of definitions for it. But how about somebody that's just open? That's what you really want. That's what you really want as a brother. Sometimes you may come across a sister that's conscious and that may not work, man, because that y'all may get the clashing. You know what I'm saying? You just really want somebody that's open. That's really what you asking for as a man. You just want a woman that's open. It's really what you asking for. You don't want somebody that's a slave to white society, but you also don't want somebody that think they know everything and you can't tell them anything. And that's how a lot of conscious people are. And that's men and women that take on that label. So sometimes you may get the woman that's conscious, and that may be just as bad as the woman that's not conscious. But when you get somebody that's just open, that's respectable, and striving for understanding, that's what you're looking for. Like that's what you're looking for. Like that's what you really looking for. That's what you really want. You just want somebody that's open. That's it. You know what I'm saying? It's open, respects you as a man, respects what you bring to the table, and strive for understanding. Because again, You got plenty of people with the conscious label that one thing they not striving to do is understand a person that may have a slight difference in opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you don't want that. Like, you want somebody that's always dealing with understanding, striving for the understanding. That's one of the main keys in life. You know, and I know plenty of conscious folks that they don't care about the understanding because they think they got it figured out already. You know, so we gotta be mindful. So we gotta, you know what I'm saying? I say tweak what it is that you putting out into the atmosphere. Yeah, Ricky, yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, Shantae, man. Phew. And you know what I'm saying? Don't even get me started on somebody like Wendy Williams. Like, man, that's just not a lane. Like, hey, if you know what I'm saying, if that's what you do, then that's just what you do. But I'm never comfortable doing that. The only time I'm comfortable exposing anything is when I'm exposing like the system. The only thing I'm comfortable exposing. When it comes to just talk, like especially just revealing the dirt when it comes to like black people, man, I ain't got time. Like I don't really got time for that. The only time I'm comfortable with exposing is when I'm exposing the system. And if you have black people that are partaking in some foolishness, then I don't have no problem speaking on that. But man, just day-to-day basis, I'm exposing dirt when it about stuff that's like irrelevant. Like man, I don't have time for that. But some people, man, that's what they do. Andre, you said I feel like those two women are terrorists. But who you talking about? TRKR, peace. What's happening? Beast reincarnated peace. Just you say repressed emotions are reason law of attraction isn't working for you, and that's what I talked about in regards to the first reason as to why the law of attraction may not be working for you. That's repressed emotions. You know, that's you basically trying to trick your mind by telling yourself I am wealthy. Deep down, that reality gonna kick in. Like, no, I'm actually not. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have constant reminders. You're gonna be telling yourself you are wealthy. You may check your bank account. You're like, I'm really not. It's hard to you know what I'm saying, dodge that reality. So you got to be a little more realistic when you're in the beginning stages. So that all stems from the repressed emotions. Them repressed emotions, they gonna come to the surface when you try to trick yourself. Andre said they terror say terrorists out here. Oh, magic. Let me go ahead and go into my third reason because you say limiting beliefs is another reason that that can be why the law of attraction is not working for you. The third reason that I want to tap into is not feeling like you are worthy or deserving, which goes into like limiting beliefs. So a lot of times, man, we don't even feel like we deserve some of these things. You know, we may feel like we don't deserve this wealth. You may feel like you don't deserve that health. You know what I'm saying? You may feel like you don't deserve a lucrative business. And that may be one of the reasons why the law of attraction is not working for you, because deep down you just feel like you're not worthy. You feel like you don't deserve it. That's that limiting belief. That was my third reason in regards to why this may not be working for you, because deep down you just don't feel like you deserve it. And I know that accounts for a lot. That counts for a lot of people. A lot of people don't feel like they worthy. A lot of people don't feel like they deserve it, especially black people, because we have been conditioned and programmed to believe this about ourselves when it comes to certain endeavors. You know, so we like deep down, man, we just don't feel like we worth it. We don't feel like we worthy. We don't feel like we deserve it. We don't feel like we deserve to have these millions and billions. Whole wow, these crooked folks out here getting these millions and billions. Somebody done told us money is the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. Like they done told us all this nonsense. So it's got a lot of us afraid to strive for wealth, strive for power. They done told you that power corrupts and all of these type of things. So they got a lot of us fearing power. They got a lot of us fearing wealth because they done planted all of these seeds. They done planted all these seeds in our minds, man, since we were children, since we were babies. So a lot of us, we have this negative perception of wealth, this negative perception of power. We feel like if we generate this wealth, if we generate a certain amount of power, like it's gonna make us corrupt. It's gonna corrupt us. It's gonna make us evil and wicked. It's not necessarily the truth. Not necessarily the truth, but that's what they have us believing. And that's that limiting beliefs. In the book that I posted, How to Attract Money, he talks about poverty being a disease. Poverty being like a mental illness. Like that's how he talked about poverty. You know what I'm saying? He talks about poverty as being a disease. Poverty being a mental illness. Like that's how you gotta view that joint. That's how you gotta view it. You gotta view poverty as something like, man, this is the disease. This is sickening. We don't want to be sick. I said we deserve just as much wealth as these white folks. For one, because we built this country, so we deserve just as much wealth, if not more, than them. So ain't nothing wrong with you putting that into the atmosphere. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Nothing is wrong with it. But they got us thinking that something is definitely wrong with it. If you praying for wealth, you know what I'm saying? If you meditate, then just putting that type of stuff in the atmosphere, meditating about wealth, like they got you thinking that is a problem. It's not. It's not at all. Wayne, what you say? Talk about how a lot of black men you said from the good, I'm assuming you meant from the hood, feel like they won't make it to an old age. Bad thought. Yeah, for sure. And that's how a lot of them end up not making it. Because on top of that, like when we talked about why the law of attraction may not be working for you because you said things like I am wealthy and reality kicks in. Just think about a young brother that's in that type of environment. He starts affirming what he already feels deep down. So that's making it 100% more likely that will actually happen because he's affirming what he feels deep down. That's dangerous. So deep down, he feel like he's not gonna make it to old age. Then he affirms it by constantly saying it, constantly speaking it. That's dangerous. So when you already deep down feel like you're not gonna make it to a certain age, and then you affirming it on a consistent basis, man, it's only a matter of time before boom, you gone. Which is what happens with a lot of these rappers, man. Deep down, they feel like they on borrowed time, and they always rapping about it. They always put it out into the atmosphere. Boom, then next thing you know, something happens. Terenzo, peace. What's happening? That's why I don't like things like when black women call themselves ugly. Like don't do that around me because I'll correct that every time. Like, listen, self-image, self-perception, that's the most powerful thing on this planet. Listen, if you don't think that you're beautiful, if you don't think that you look good, if you don't think you're pretty, handsome, whatever the case may be, then that's a wrap. It's a wrap. So you gotta instill that confidence, no matter if you got on makeup or not. Never refer to yourself as ugly. Never refer to yourself as stupid. Just don't do that. Like, don't do that. Whether you think you joking or not, like, don't do that. Like that, I can't stand that. At least don't do it in my presence. Oh, Ricky, for sure. You already know. Captain Defender, brother, man. I'm going to have to tap in because I got to get volume too. Oh, Captain Defender, brother, man. You already know, man. You see Tupac on the wall behind me. One of my favorite people on the planet. He definitely created that reality for himself, man. I mean, the 7 Day Theory. He coming out with albums. He coming out with songs. I see Death Around the Corner. It just don't even, man. Yeah, don't even get me started on Pac, man. Don't even get me started on that, brother. One of my favorite people on the planet, but man, I mean, and then not only that, give yourself the name Machiavelli. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that's Pac was just yeah. TRKR for sure, 100%. Yeah, air review, man, and it's easy to get caught up in that thought process, man. Easy to get caught up in that thought process. Need a piece. What's happening? Ricky, definitely offensive. Definitely, But I definitely hate it when they do that to themselves. Like, don't call yourself ugly, man. Don't call yourself stupid. Like, if you feel that way about yourself, then you can't be mad at anybody else for coming at you. Like, if you talk bad about yourself, like, listen, when other people do it, like, it shouldn't even matter to you because you talking bad about yourself, you destroying yourself. Again, I always quote CeeLo. Only respect yourself. You got to respect yourself before I can. So again, man, if you not lifting up yourself, if you not uplifting and empowering yourself, what do you expect for everybody else to do? What do you expect everybody else to do? Like I said, man, that stuff be deeply rooted. So when you start calling yourself ugly and stupid, somewhere deep down you feeling like that. You really feel like that. Like it ain't no reason that you would say that more than once if you didn't feel like that. So if you said that to yourself on a consistent basis more than once, deep down you have this feeling. Deep down you feel some type of way. I'm not about to be calling myself ugly. I'm not about to be calling myself stupid in no joking, man. I'm not gonna do that ever because I don't feel that way about myself. I'm not gonna do that. Like I'm not gonna do that at all, man. Like I don't care if the whole world thought I was stupid. I'm not finna think I'm stupid. I'm not about to call myself stupid. I'm not gonna do that to myself. You know, and I'm not gonna even when I have a moment, I'm gonna say that was stupid. I'm not gonna say I'm stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like if I did something that was dumb, I'm gonna call it just that. That was dumb. That was stupid. So I'm real mindful, man. I'm real mindful in regards to how I communicate to myself. Because that's important. Like I said, man, if I'm not speaking that life into myself, nothing else matters. Like nothing else matters, man. I've got to speak life into myself. You could be trying to speak life into me all the time, but if I'm speaking death into myself, like that's what's going to win. That's why a lot of times you ain't able to get through to certain people. You can be very motivational, but if a person is not motivating themselves, if a person is not in the right state of mind, a healthy state of mind, a positive state of mind, it don't matter what you're saying. Don't matter. Andre, you say if I claim I'm intelligent, it will just make me a consistent target for narcs. Man, we targets already. We targets already, but it ain't even about telling yourself either or. It's just the fact that I'm not about to call myself stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't telling you gotta call yourself intelligent. I ain't telling you gotta call yourself anything. Just don't call yourself stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not true. You know what I'm saying? Don't call yourself that. Like if you gonna do anything, just don't, like what they say, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. That's how you gotta treat yourself. Don't call yourself stupid. Don't be calling yourself ugly. Don't be calling yourself all of these things, man. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. Just don't say nothing. If you feel some type of way, just don't say anything, man. But self-love, your self-image, that's the most powerful thing that you have. How you view yourself. So that's very powerful. Very powerful, man. So we got to be mindful of that, man. Your self-image is very important, very crucial. So you got to have a positive self-image. Most black people don't have that because we dealing with self-hatred. So our self-image is that of hatred. We hate ourselves. And there you see, that's a reflection of society. Look at society. You're going to see all that self-hatred walking around. And you're going to see what results from that. King repeats, what's happening? You say this live is right on time for me. I have a problem with sabotaging myself. Hey, yeah, stop the self-sabotage. Please stop that. Again, you got to be on your own side, man. You cannot be your biggest enemy. You cannot be that. You cannot be that because you're already going to have enough working against you within society. So you can't be working against yourself. No. Like that is troublesome, man. You cannot be your own worst enemy. You can't be. You gotta conquer that. You gotta conquer that negativity within self, man. You gotta conquer that enemy within self. You cannot be working against yourself. You cannot be doing that. That is the recipe. That's the formula for self-destruction. Magic Realms, you say that negative self-talk is also why people often indulge in escapism behavior. Oh, yeah, 100%. Negative self-talk is ridiculously powerful. And we need to stay away from it, man. You know what I'm saying? You need to stay away from the negative self-talk, because that negative self-talk is killing a lot of people. Killing a lot of people, man. Got them overindulging in a lot of toxic behavior. Overindulging in some very toxic behavior, man. So we got to watch out with the negative self-talk. TRKR, here's the secret. Everyone have no, yeah, for sure. Hey, Airview, hey, man, that man told him, said he was the greatest, and he ended up turning out to be the greatest. One of the greatest, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's that guy. And that dude had, listen, he had a lot of self-love. Muhammad Ali had a lot of self-love. May have gotten on some people's nerves, but, man, that man was very confident. Oh, Shantae, man, I know a lot of people like that. When things are too good to be true, right there, the moment you entertain that reality, things about to go downhill from you. You have now sabotaged yourself. The moment you look at that life like this too good to be true, the self-sabotage begins. Like, don't even do that. It's too good and it's true. Yeah, that's how you got to view that. You say, it's too good to be true. Nah, it's too good and it's true. So I'm about to keep on living. But the moment you say, man, it's too good to be true, something bad finna happen. Like, that's how we think. Like, man, I done had 2 weeks where nothing really bad has happened. Something bad gotta happen. The moment you entertain that thought, it's over. It's over. You have now shifted your reality when really all you had to do was let it ride. That's all you had to do was let it ride. Like, boom, life is too good and it's true. So I'm about to let it ride. I'm ride this wave. You know, that's how life hits us. It hits us in waves, man. Hits us in waves. So ride the wave, man. When life is going good, ride that wave. Ups and downs, ebbs and flows. That's part of life. So we got to just ride the wave. But the moment you stop the wave, the moment you be like, all right, hold on, whoa, it's going too good. Boom. It's over. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It is a wrap for sure, man. So just ride the wave, man. Ride the wave. That is very crucial. Yeah, and Bruce Lee talked about I'm gonna give you a quote from Bruce Lee that kind of goes along with what I'm saying. He say, notice that the stiffest tree is most easily cracked, while the bamboo or the willow survives by bending with the wind. So when you stop your life and say things are too good to be true, you are becoming the stiffest tree, instead of the bamboo or the willow tree, which is bending with the wind, which is riding the waves. That's how you got to do it. The moment you stand up and say, boom, life is too good, you have killed the wave. You have become that stiff tree, and now it's over. You about to crash. Instead, you gotta bend with the wind, meaning go with the flow. Right now, your life is too good. That's the flow. Ride it. Ride it. Ride it. That's what we gotta learn. That's what we gotta learn to do. We gotta do better. We gotta do a better job of just riding that wave. We ride the wave when it's negative. Now we ride that wave. We cool. All right, yeah, man. My life is back to normal now because this negative stuff is happening. But when that wave is real positive, like it's almost like we are afraid. Like, man, wow. We're afraid because we're like, man, it's so good, man. That mean this negative thing that's gonna happen is gonna be powerful. Don't think like that. Don't think like that, man. Like I say, the tree bend with the wind. It's flexible. That's what it is, flexibility. Don't be stiff out here. You know, so the moment you say, oh man, my life's too good to be true, now you have become that stiff tree. And that's the most easily cracked. So again, be like the bamboo or the willow tree, bend with the wind. Whichever way the wind is blowing, that's the way that tree is gonna bend. It's life, man. That's life. So when that wave is positive, ride it. Ride it. Even when the wave is negative, ride it. It's not gonna last forever, man. It's gonna be an ebb and flow. That's how life is for you. You know what I'm saying? Just ride the waves, man. Ride the waves. You're gonna have up days, you're gonna have down days, you're gonna have neutral days where it's like in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Just ride them. Ride the waves, man. That's life. That's what makes life life. Dean, peace, what's happening? Jawan, peace, what's the word? Andre, what you say? I have sabotaged my external purposely, but never my internal because my internal is more of a priority to me, for sure. For sure, man, for sure. The internal should always be the priority because your external becomes a reflection of the internal. So everything, it's an inside job first. That's where everything starts. It starts internally, you know, so that's where everything should begin. Internal, and that should be your biggest priority, to make sure internally you are cleansed, to make sure internally that you are balanced and centered. Like that's the most important aspect. Yeah, the deep be like water, man. Shout out to Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee got a gang of quotes, man. But shout out to Bruce Lee. But yeah, talking about that, the stiffest tree being the most easily cracked, man. Be like the bamboo or the willow tree, being with the wind. Being with the wind, man. That's how we got it. That's how we got to do it. Like I said, man, if you done had a string of good days, ride it. Ride it. Embrace it, man. Embrace them good days. Embrace them positive days. Embrace them healthy days, man. Embrace them. When things going rough, embrace them. See, when things are going rough, the good thing about embracing them, that's when you extract a lesson from it, because you're focusing on it. It's like, hey, man, it's a rough little stretch. What's happening? That will give you some answers as to why this stretch is so rough right now for you, because you're embracing it. Then what you say, true refinement seeks simplicity. I talked about that yesterday, man. About things being so simple, yet it's complicated to people. You know, and a lot of times when it comes to certain things in life, people be asking me questions. They be thinking I'm about to hit them with a deep and profound answer. And I hit it with something simple and they be like, that's it. Like, yes, man, a lot of things in life are really simple. We make it complicated. We feel like, oh, it can't be that easy to lose weight, but it is. You are making it complicated via your own mind. Get the tools that are necessary to lose weight are not complicated. It's you that's gonna make it complicated by your perception, by your mentality, by your attitude. That's when it becomes complicated. So people say things like fasting, oh, that's hard. No, fasting is not hard. Fasting is not easy. Fasting is just fasting. What makes it hard is your mentality, your attitude towards food. That's what makes it challenging. So that's you that's actually making it complicated. Fasting itself, not a problem. Like, it's not a problem, because all fasting is just refraining from food. The definition of fasting is not something that's complicated. It's real simple. It's you that's making it complicated because you have this certain relationship to food. That's where the complication becomes. That's where the complication comes in. And that's you. You are creating that complication, not fasting. So again, like when I give people these tools are not something that's complicated. These tools are not difficult. It's you that's difficult. It's your mind. It's your attitude that's difficult. So again, people don't be understanding that, man. A lot of things in life is just very simple. Even when it comes to just going in business for yourself, this stuff is simple in regards to the steps. Again, it's going to be your attitude and your mentality that makes this thing difficult. That's what the problem is, man. It's our mentalities. It's our mindset. It's our attitude. Again, if you ain't got the proper attitude, if you don't have the proper mindset, then it's like, I'm not even going to give you all these steps, because you got to work on that first. Like, you literally got to work on that attitude. You literally got to work on that mental first. Like, that's the most important thing. Again, if you don't have that in order, then you can cancel crap. I'm not about to give you, because I've wasted time, and I'm in this field. I've wasted time giving people all of these steps to lose weight when they don't have a proper mentality. It's pointless. Man, I can give you a 20-page document. If you follow everything in this document, if you follow everything in this PDF file, I guarantee you will lose the weight. But like, if you're not ready, you know what I'm saying? If mentally you're not there, then it don't matter. Man, I've given people plenty of tools and resources for them to lose weight. They don't lose it because they're not ready. Their attitude is not in the right place. So again, when you have the proper attitude, then I will give you these tools. Then I will give you this regimen. Then I will give you this diet. You know what I'm saying? Then I will give you that type of stuff. But if I see that your mentality is not there yet, man, I'm gonna tell you, you might not want it. You might want to come back to me when your mind is right. And I've had people even do that themselves. They was like, man, at this point, I'm wasting money. And they like, it ain't got nothing to do with you. It's me. I got to get this eating right. I got to get this eating in order. And I feel like it's a disservice to you to come in here and have you training me, but I'm not doing what I need to do on my end. So I'm gonna get my mind right and get this eating right, then I'm gonna come back to you. So that's a person that's understanding, like, dude, I gotta get this right. I gotta get my attitude right first before I reach this goal. Terenzo, appreciate that donation for sure. Yeah, that joint was powerful, man. That joint was powerful yesterday, man. 100%. 100%, man. It was a peaceful dialogue, peaceful exchange. Like I said, people swear up and down that this stuff is not out here, man. But yeah, we can have peaceful dialogues. You know what I'm saying? We have brothers out here that agree, that don't have to debate on everything. Like we have situations like that. That type of stuff exists out here. You know what I'm saying? Like I've had plenty of those conversations. You know, I've had plenty of those conversations with brothers, man. I done had plenty of respectable conversations and dialogue. So for the people to see something like that go down, I tell people to document it because they swear that the only time they see us is when we out here killing each other, you know what I'm saying, or we debating and arguing and there's egos involved. They swear that's the only time they see black men out here. Like, nah, they just don't want to highlight the times where we out here not doing that. You know, and that's the thing. So we just got to highlight more of those exchanges because they out here, man. They out here. Like I said, it's out here. I done had plenty of peaceful exchanges, even with people that embrace a culture that I don't agree with, and vice versa. They don't agree with me, but I done had peaceful conversations with them. It's out here. Like I said, man, I got one of my biggest supporters is a Hebrew Israelite. I don't necessarily agree with that lifestyle, but that brother supports everything that I do, and we have had peaceful dialogues, peaceful conversations. So it's out here. It's out here, and that type of stuff needs to be displayed, promoted, and advertised a lot more. That's why I no longer strive to engage in like debates serve a purpose. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not knocking debates, man. Debates can serve a purpose depending on what we talking about. So debates can be good as long as it's a healthy debate. You know, but for the most part, man, I'm striving to have just peaceful dialogues with brothers and sisters for the most part. That's what I'm on. I didn't went through that phase of going back and forth with people. I don't care for it anymore. You know, I drained myself I drained myself in that lifestyle a long time ago. When I would go back and forth, it's draining. It's too draining. You know, and that's zapping that positive energy for you when you're going back and forth with a person, and at the end of the day, you're not about to be converting somebody over to your opinion or your set of facts. Like at the end of the day, it's not gonna happen. That person gonna still rock with what they rocking with, and you gonna still rock how you rock. So it's like you just debate. You went back and forth with a person for 3 days and nothing happened. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that at all. Like that's unproductive and it zaps your energy. Then, hey, long as you learn it, man. Long as you acknowledging the fact you still learning, but you're gonna eventually master it though. Yeah, you're gonna eventually master it. But man, with that being said, man, I done went over the hour, man. I didn't want to go too long today. I'm about to tap out for the day, man. I may tap in with y'all tomorrow. So it's the last day of the month, I believe. So I may tap in with y'all, man. You know, February, one of them short months. But I may tap in and finish this book, man. I definitely want to build on this book, The Secret Relationship Between Blacks and Jews. But we're gonna have to word that a certain type of way because that's the type of stuff that gets you deleted and banned and all that type of good stuff, man. So I'm gonna have to watch how I code that. But I definitely want to talk about what's in this book because I feel like this is crucial information for Black people to have. Like I feel like this book is very crucial. So I want to just kind of build on some things in this book. But I gotta word that joint a little differently, man. So they won't be hip to what it is we talking about. But I'm gonna go ahead and sign out for the night. Or for the day. Let y'all enjoy the rest of this Sunday. If I don't tap in with y'all tomorrow, enjoy your Monday. But more than likely, I'm going to try to give y'all a little something to close out the month. Maybe some little motivation or inspiration, man, because that's how I'm feeling. Make sure that pass that energy along because that's contagious, as I said. But I'm out, man. I appreciate the donations. I appreciate all the comments, all the love, man. It's always peace. Definitely appreciate you all taking the time out to listen to what it is that I have to say. But I'm out, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of this Sunday. Peace.